Let's get started. Alright, welcome back. So today we have a problem from the 2011 Tournament of Towns. And it says you have a circle, it's divided into 100 arcs. The arc lengths are 1 through 100, you want two perpendicular chords. So in other words, let's just say, well, the total arc length is 50-50. So we want to draw two segments such that we get 25-25, right? In the two included things. Alright, I'm gonna need a picture of this. I can't even do this with just typing. Okay. So you want like this arc and this arc. Let me highlight them, it's easier. This arc and this arc should sum up to 25-25 is the end goal. Yeah, that's what it means to be a right angle. Pro. So for 1, 2, 3, 4, if you replace 100 with 4, I can see the 5. If I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, oh god, I hate additive combo. So I should just cut the circle open somewhere, right? Because it doesn't really matter where. So it's like I have the lengths from 1 to 100 in some permutation, and I want to find two subsegments that are up to 25-25. I don't think I lose any information if I cut it open, so we can put like 100 out here or something. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't commit to that yet. But you're looking for there's no harm to cutting open the circle because the condition is like symmetric-ish. Any two non-adjacent segments. Yeah, yep. Any two that have a gap somewhere. Or even, actually, they can even share the same endpoint. I think that's not, the problem statement as written allows that, right? Like they're perpendicular and they make a diameter and that's fine. So I guess I'm supposed to look at the partial sums? You have 100 partial sums and I want like 4 of them to have the property that b plus d minus c minus a or whatever is. Okay, fine. Don't they have to be adjacent? I don't think so. Like two perpendicular chords means like two chords that intersect at a right angle, but I don't think the intersection is promised to be itself a red point. I think you're dotted for the follow. Why you were followed, not followed, I have no idea. What is 2019 N5? Have I not done that? I feel like if it's from 2019 shortlist, I've done it. Yeah, that problem is just used. I don't know. You just do it. There isn't much to say about it, I think. Use Lukat, your I really just try to solve a problem. I don't see how. How many differences are there? There are like 101 choose 2, which is 50-50 differences between like two things. But there's no goal. So can I at least promise that like both x and 25 minus x appear at least my friend Eric can solve this in 2 minutes. Oh man. Tell him to come drop by. I could use the help of the combo. It's freaking additive combo. Man, this subject. It's like my nightmares. Okay, so there's 100. There's 101 points. What if I just cut it in half? Okay, let's cut it in half. So, oh my god. What's the point of having an option called no lyrics if there's going to be lyrics? Whatever, I stopped. So, there's 101 red points now that I cut it. I'm gonna cut it in again. So here there's like... Well, we get at least 51 choose 2 plus 50 choose 2, I think is the... Yeah, that's, by convexity this should be the minimum. Okay. So this is like 2,500 differences. And I'm like trying to have both x and 25 minus x appear. Say like x on the left. Wait, okay, so this is like pretty not bad. Hey, I'm not actually off by that much. Should I cut it into like 4 parts? And then take the... Let's cut it into 4 parts. Because I feel like I need to use the divisible by 4 condition at some point anyways. I want to see if this gives me any improvement. So now we can get like anything between these two, anything between these two, anything between these two. Is that it? Shoot, actually that's bad news for me if that's it. I think that decreases the number then, right? Oh crap. Yeah, that's like on the like 3 times 25 choose 2, which is actually worse. Okay, so let's not split it like that. Wait, why is the number less though? Because I feel like... Oh, what I'm missing is these. Okay. Anything from inside to itself. So you have like 4 numbers A, B, C, D with some at most 101. It could actually be greater than 101 if like some of the dots appear on the red endpoints. Can we use 2 yellow arcs sum up to 180 degrees? Yeah, that's how we're getting... That's why I'm saying everywhere that I want 25, 25. This is what the 90 degree translates into. Okay, so I have 4 numbers, A1, A2 through A7. Or A4. Let's say A4. And I'm looking at what? A1 choose 2, plus A2 choose 2, plus A3 choose 2, plus A4 choose 2, plus A1, A2, plus A2, A3. Although I'm still not totally sure what I'm trying to do with this. I mean, what this will tell me is that there's 2 intervals with like some that are the same, which I guess I maybe even knew anyways. 2019 and 3, isn't that on the IMO? No, it wasn't. 2019 and 3 was... Oh. That problem. Reject. This is still not quite what I want though, because this will promise me that there is see, cause just what if they all just have the same length or something, right? Like that's not gonna happen, but it feels like. So I wonder if I should be using half in a better way. If I get 2 intervals of equal length, surprisingly, 2004 N5 is actually not in my database. Doesn't this feel more number theoretic? No, it's additive combinatorics! It's that topic! Okay. For each number, I don't know, man. Yeah, I have no idea. Find the difference from 2425 to 2524. Oh, that's not a bad idea, actually. I think the only issue you're worried about, I guess, is if, like, the complementary difference you need is, like, inside the interval. But that's actually not a bad idea, because you know that all those differences are there for sure. Actually, honestly, you definitely can find a difference between 2425 and 2524. Exactly because it's fine if the segments overlap. Is it? Wait, is it just fine? I don't... No, it's not. Is it? No, wait, how's it fine? The chords intersect, but even in that case, when you... If you imagine two chords that don't intersect but are perpendicular, when you cut open the circle, I mean, they still don't intersect, yeah. I do like this idea a lot. I think this is a good line to pursue. I just think that the... Okay, here. Let's try the following thing, okay? So, for each red point, we can imagine we cut the circle at a red point. And let's be mathematicians and always go counterclockwise. So I don't confuse the heck out of myself. You can go both ways. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so I cut the circle open and then I unwind the resulting thing. And when I cut it open and unwind, you get a 50-50 thing that's going up by, like, whatever it is. So there's necessarily something that's pretty close to the midpoint here, like 2525 is here. You have something that's either a little larger or a little smaller because you're hopping by less than 100, so you land within 50. So maybe I want to use 2425. Let's do that so that things are positive. So 2425 or something like that. So there, you can look at the last thing before you reach the halfway point and the last one after it. So the one that ends right around here, there should be some other segment of length like 2525 minus... There's some length x here, is what I'm trying to say. And if x is out here, then you win. So without loss of generality, you can sort of assume x is like in here. Similarly, there's another step you can do. If you look at a thing that's within 100 of the starting thing, there's a segment y, and if y is you can assume x, y greater than 0. Otherwise, there's a diameter and you're just fine. If y is... Well, okay, so this actually is x plus y. This thing is x plus y. And the only way you lose is if y is out here. Is that true? I think so. The segments can intersect? Are you serious? Am I a crazy person? What? Oh, if you cut it off. Never mind. So does this just work? I feel like the signs are off though. Really? Wait, so you're telling me if I have this and another segment in here, wait, so does it just always work, even if the segment's inside? I guess it's like... Oh, I guess in the picture it's more like... that or something. Okay, I was wrong. Okay, so apparently this just works. Oh, well, okay, that... Really? This just works? I feel like something's wrong, but I can't see something wrong with it. Oh, really? Is that it? Alright, good job, team. Can someone make sure this actually always works? Because I'm worried as heck. This doesn't seem like it should always work. One segment is inside and they share an endpoint. I don't see why one of the chords will become a tangent. No, that only happens if, like, it's the same chord that are both. Right? Like, as long as the chord is not degenerate, when I put it back together, it'll still not be degenerate, right? Wait, I still don't believe this, actually. I feel like I'm crazy. Like, suppose I have 8 equally spaced points. This is not what the problem asks for, but let's just draw it. So if I take a segment of length 3, and this segment of length 1. When I join them, it's from here. This is the cut point, and then like I feel like this doesn't work. I really feel like this shouldn't work. Okay. What's the how do we come up with these segments again? I don't remember. There's no way you can make a right angle with just stuff there though, right? Oh, this picture is wrong. This picture is wrong. Oh no, it's fine. Okay, it's this and that, and those are indeed perpendicular. The two segments are you join things that are covered by exactly one of the intervals, and not both. Oh, come on. This works. Are you kidding me? Okay, so what's the concern? One segment is inside and shares an endpoint. So, like what? So, like that? Let me do the not at the cut actually. Like here? Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Oh, that's sad. Well, at least that's the only case we were worried about, right? So, okay. So what happens is you end up with a tangent here and a chord there. Those are the only bad cases, right? So inside and share and out point is bad. Inside and okay, that's fine. So there's no way that happens for every cut though, right? Like, so for every cut there's only one failing, there's two failing cases for the X thing, and then I guess there's two failing cases for the Y thing. So the failing case for the X thing here is like, oh freak. How do I do the negative of So X is either exactly here or exactly here. And those are the only issue cases. Meanwhile, Y, I guess the only bad case for Y is if you imagine you're doing it from the other way. So it's like Y is exactly here or Y is exactly here. here x plus y is less than or equal to 100, right? So 1 of x or y is less than or equal to 50. So do I look at 2x? Because I have an interval of length 25, 25 minus 2x now somewhere. Or actually, what I could do is because I get to choose where I cut, right? So if I get to choose a place where I cut, I can control a little bit about what goes on either side. So if I pick two consecutive things, I thought we almost had it. Oh, come on. Yeah, I want to either say, like, for every cut, this weird case happens, so try to extract something out of it, or I want to just pick the cut a little more carefully, because right now it's any, just cut anywhere. But I really ought to be able to ensure that, like, what if I just make it so that the x plus y is like 100. So like the length 100, the longest one is covering 2585. That should be possible. And if I can do that, I feel like I might be able to do something about the something? Maybe. This is a little far-fetched. What are you doing, USA Top Spy? I'm trying to solve the problem that's listed on the slide. So far what we have is we are taking the circle and cutting it open at a red point, and then seeing which segment covers the midpoint. So you have the circle, you cut it and then unwind it, and then there's some segment that's covering this point. And in a lot of cases, that will actually be all you need. So there's only a few cases that I'm worried about where where you get like especially unlucky where certain segments end up falling. Where do you find these questions at? The viewers send them in at the start of the stream. So I've never seen any of the questions that we work on. Is this math or engineering? This is math. Yeah, okay, so it sounds like you're asking what this stream is about. So this is a stream to introduce myself. I'm Evan, I'm a math PhD student at MIT, and I coach math competitions professionally? Question mark? Maybe? So, yeah, every Friday, the students send me problems that I haven't seen before, and I attempt to solve them on the spot with limited amounts of success. And we do this until I get tired, and then I start playing video games instead, because I'm a really good influence on the kids. Have you played Cookie Clicker? No. Man. Because I feel like we have so much... The thing is, there's literally only one case where it doesn't work. But I can't rule it out even with controlling the cut. Can I just make x plus y... Can I rig it so x plus y is that? That's the 100 length segment? Yeah, I do. That's the same thing happen. Oh, you know what would be really slick is if we could rig x equals y, then definitely one of the cases doesn't show up. I don't know if that's possible. There's only there's like 50 places. Math without purpose is boring. Thonk. Yeah. Can I force ideas? Why? Get each point, then get an arc of length 1475. Why do you want 1475? We want 2525, right? See, the problem is that in this problem, you're not trying to get arcs of the same length, because you can do pigeonhole style arguments or whatever to force arcs to have equal length, but you want arcs to like add to a certain length. So like there's a metaphorical bad case where like all the arcs are the same length and you just kind of die, because if all the arcs are the same length and they're not what you want, then if they don't add, then it doesn't work. So it's not like those. It's not quite like those things where it's like. The other shape of problem when they're trying to find two things are equal, then it's just like, okay, you try to say that there's more things than there are possible values, or like take an average thing. But I think because the constraint we're working here is like we want a sum, then life is a little sadder. Yeah, number one now. Thank you, Dotted, for the cheer. So I want to do something dumb, alright? Someone tell me if this actually works or not. We're going to imagine a green point at the end point in the midpoint of all the even length red arcs. And I want there to be some green-red distance, which is 25-25. Is that possible? I feel like this shouldn't be possible to guarantee, but I'm not 100% sure. It shouldn't be possible though, right? Because for every green point, there's a And on 2014 C4, try colorings like your life depends on it. It's 100% coloring. It's very convoluted coloring, but coloring on the bus. It might be easier to think about if you try to use polynomials instead of... So sort of like along the lines of USMA 2021. You think about it as a polynomial. It might be easier to come up with the correct coloring. That's what some people have said. I haven't verified whether this was true or not yet, though. I think it should be. I haven't thought about it. Oh, man. You have a diameter, radius, you have an arc length, you have an arc. So the circumference, let me put it this way. The circumference of the circle is promised to be exactly 50-50. That's the sum of all the integers from 1 to 100. And you've drawn red points on the arcs such that the arc lengths are in the ratio like 1 to 2 to 3 to ... to 100 in some order. And so you have the circle and there's like 100 points marked on it and the arc lengths are as promised. And then you want to draw two perpendicular chords using those points. That's what the problem is asking. Nah, man. So, yeah, I don't think I can force x equals y. I can force x plus y equals 100. That's something I can do. So, like, if that's the case, does the splitting become any easier? I feel like you still run into the same back case though. 3, 3, 97, you have 100. No, I don't think you understand what it means. Here, let me draw you an example of what it looks like with 100 replaced by 8, okay? Because I can't actually draw 100 things. So if I replace 100 with 8, an example of a possible circle would be like this. This is 1. This is 5. I boxed myself into a quarter. Okay, so that's an example of what the circle would look like with 100 replaced by 8. The total arc length is... The total circumference is... well, guys, what's 9 choose 2 help? 36? So this is like 10 degrees, this is the 50 degrees, 30 degrees, 8 degrees. Like that. And let me find an example of perpendicular chord. So we had a recipe, right, that worked in almost every case. I tried the one case that didn't work. Okay. 16. I think. Can I find one that's actually perpendicular? I should be able to, right? That shouldn't be that hard. 12. I feel so bad because it's like this one and this one is supposed to work, but my diagram is so bad that they're parallel instead of perpendicular. 15426. Yeah, I wanted two that intersected because it's easier to see, but the diagram is so bad I'm not sure. You know, I'll just ask you the diagram. That's actually easier. You draw the wrong two chords. Yeah, this diagram is awful. All right, let me draw a proper diagram. All right, for the people who are connect 17268. No, what? Now I'm confused what 380 is trying to say. One seven means. Oh, I see. Force 17 to 68. 47 to 53. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, there we go. So that's an example of what the problem is. Why are you doing parallel? I'm just saying that my diagram is awful. Okay, but we 7 and 8 3. I'm sorry, you're right. I'm just being stupid. Ignore what I said. Okay, I hope that clears up the problem statement. This is what we're trying to do. But 8 is replaced by 100, and you're not told what the starting configuration is. You just want to show it's possible. Yeah, you're right. So the parallel ones. Oh, I'm so stupid. Well, they're not even parallel, because the 12 and the 6 aren't the same length. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled programming. I am buff. Hello, buff. That's not even your username, but okay. Sure. Hello. Alright, you crit. Alright. What am I trying to do? The one common point to all circuits. I'm sorry, I don't think you understand the statement of the problem. If you have any particular questions, I can try to answer them, but I'm not sure what else to say. Like, this is what the example looks like. These two chords meet at a right angle. You want to do this in general when you have 100 instead of 8. It's not the case that all the points are evenly spaced. In fact, your promise they're like as not evenly spaced as possible. Hey Justin, welcome back. It's one edge case. How's Celeste going? We haven't played Celeste in a while. I think I'm like 5 chapters in. Oh no, I'm so sorry for name revealing someone whose name is in their username. Anyways. One. This one case. I really want x equals y, because if x equals y, you're also fine. But I don't know if I'm gonna force that. Freaking TOT. Should I just look for 2? Like, if x equals 1, say, there's a chord of length 2x, so in order to fail, the 2x would also need to be like next to the thing, and then you have 4x. Well, this doesn't help because eventually you just that thing just balloons and. I want to just focus on one end of the thing for now, so that you can have a little more symmetry. So you have thing, and this has length 2525 minus x for some x without loss of generality less than or equal to 50. So the only way this fails is if there's some segment of length x. The segment of length x is like exactly inside here. So this segment x, is failing for this cut and like only this cut. This is the only cut for. Well, actually, it could be failing. Is it possible that you have like 25 minus x like the mirror of it? Can that happen? Slash do, is it good if that happens? This is 50, 50, this is a segment of length 50/50 minus 2x. So if that happens, that means like the segment of length 2x is it means that here to here is 50/50 minus 2x. So also this thing is length, sorry, this is length 2x from that endpoint to that endpoint. In addition, this endpoint is length okay, let me get this right. This is 25/25 minus x. So this is 25/25 minus 2x. So if there's a 2x outside there, we're okay. Yeah, that should be. We're actually just okay, because now we can concatenate those two together. And those will just add up. That feels very gimmicky. Is that really correct? Okay, so we can assume this doesn't happen. And so each segment will be failing. A green segment, given arc length, will be failing for at most one slightly too short interval. Like exactly one interval that is slightly too short for its length. For from either the left or the right. Wait, oh, does that work? So there's 100 places I can make the incision, and for each incision, you can try to get. Let me make sure this works out. You make an incision. Pretend those are scissors or something. And then thing here, and then this is the halfway point. So this will be failing for yeah, so when you do this, you get two intervals, right? You get an interval going this way, and you get an interval going that way. And there's like a length x here, and there's a length y here. However, so the bad case is that maybe there is like the x is like tangent here, and like y is tangent, I don't know, here. It doesn't matter where it is. But the point is, like, intervals can fail like this. Like, if the distance from the midpoint is like exactly the tangent. However, because of this picture here, this yellow-green picture, every yellow interval, every like given interval fails at most one yellow interval. So I should say every green arc fails at most one yellow interval, because if I have this picture where it fails two different things, both of the length 25, 25 minus x, then when I superimpose those two pictures together, I now have a 25, 25 exactly. So I have a diameter, which is good. So we can assume that doesn't happen. And so now there's at most 100 failures, but there are... God damn it, there's 100 intervals, right? Oh, here, this is what you do. There's at most 99 failures because the interval of length 100 will never fail. Yes! Okay, this has worked out. This has worked out. Are all arc length standard equal or arc length variable? I'm not sure what that question means. Has anyone ever ended your stream using channel points? No. No, not even close. If someone ever gets enough channel points to end the stream, I think that's a good cue for me to retire. I have an excuse. Puff, puff, puff. Buff? Buff! Math! I think this works now, right? Can someone verify this is what I'm supposed to do? If I challenge you to a 1v1 and win, do I get my points back? No. How do you even get that? If you look in the official shortlist, there's a comment about how it's really the sum of two more natural colorings. The other way, I think, is you should write the polynomial and see what you want. You want a polynomial that is, like, divisible by so-and-so things. Check the Yelp thread. Probably someone, if the polynomial thing I'm saying is correct, probably someone has written it out. Okay, this works though, right? I think? You can't find the solution. Okay, well... Okay, better question. Is did what I say make sense? Like... I think this works, right? This should work. There's almost 99 failures, but there's 100 yellow. There's 100 yellow. At least 100 yellow intervals. There could be more, actually, I think. For every cut, there's like a clockwise interval and a counterclockwise interval. And it could be, they can coincide. But, well, honestly, if they coincide, that might also be fine. Means you're... No, actually, they do coincide. They totally do. Will you upload this on YouTube? Probably. Usually, if I solve the problem, I will upload it to YouTube. And if I don't solve the problem, I usually don't. Because the videos where I don't solve the problem, usually nothing interesting happens either. You would catch a mistake while you're writing it up. I like to think that, but like... there have been problems where I made a mistake and didn't catch it during the write-up either. Okay, let's do the write-up. This write-up needs like figures to be comprehensible is the thing. Oh, it's hard to draw some figures. Okay. We will assume no two red points are diametrically opposite. Otherwise, the problem is trivial. An interval refers to an arc with two red endpoints. Hence, there are 101 times 100. There are 100 times. There are 9,900. That's true, right? Yeah. Claim, if there exist two intervals which have sum of lengths 2525 and it is not the case that the intervals share an endpoint, one interval contains the other, then the problem is solved. And the reason is that we assume since no diameter geometrically opposite, it follows that we only need concern the case where an endpoint. In that case, take the consider the points which lie in exactly one of the two intervals. They form arcs with sum of length 2050. 2525, solving problem. Okay, and now, so for every red point R, we define two arcs, alpha r and beta r as follows. Or we define its two attached arcs to be the two longest to maximal by inclusion arcs with endpoint r and total length at most 2525. See figure below. So dot r dirt 180, dirt 180, dirt 180, red. We'll draw minus r at 0, 0, draw a unit circle. And if it's just italics, it'll italicize the text. So draw arc. Oh, come on. Did I misspell deep green? That's embarrassing. Oh crap, I should make them different radii. This is hard to do, right? Make them actually look like arcs. Oh, that's pretty good. So dot dir 20 red, dot dir 330 red. See figure below with two attached arcs. An attached arc always has length 2525 minus x for some x. For some we have x. Okay, so now the problem is solved unless we are in a situation where refer to the arc I don't think I need... Whatever. Length of arc. We refer to x. We'll call it gamma. That's the killer. For every attached arc, gamma, its killer lies, is contained in gamma and shares an endpoint with it. Claim an arc of length x is the killer of at most Thank you, USA Top Spy, for the follow. So I claim an arc of length x is the killer of at most one attached arc. And prove if it was the killer of two attached arcs. Then we have the following picture. So draw a unit circle. Alright, let me just copy this code. I think it's easiest. Spaghetti code. Good thing I'm never going to use it again. So we're gonna draw the arc from origin dir 50. Well, let's do 80. Tread. Deep red. Red plus 1.2. And then it's the killer of two arcs. Let's say 80 to 90 to. Well, actually, probably if it's a length 20 arc. Should be 160, right? 240 and 100 to 60. 9060. The angle condition I'm capturing inside this claim. The measure of the angle between the two chords is exactly given by the average of the arc length, like the arc measures of the two things. So the reason I'm like kind of just not thinking about the degrees is because like you only care about the fraction. Like you only care that the arcs sum to half the circumference, which in angular units is 90 degrees. In like the 50-50 units is 25-25, but just as a matter of principle, you only care about the dimensionless constant. You don't care about the what's it called? The actual units that are being used. I feel like something's wrong. Something's not right. I thought this was supposed to give me two diametrically opposite points, but I don't see them. Where are they? Oh crap. No, I think 3VT is just saying that like we don't care about the units because we only care about the dimensionless constant. We care about like what fraction of the arc length it is and not like what units we use to measure the arc length. Oh shoot, that was stupid. That should be label. So this one shouldn't be a dot at all because that point we pretend is not there. That is not a red point. Maybe we can dot it black actually. That might be clearer. Okay, so I would thought that that means this is 25 minus 2x. Yeah, so this is a diameter, right? So let's draw the last included arc. So 240, 300. Gray. Yeah, the field discrete. Yeah, yeah. The correct field, the correct field identification for this is combinatorics. That's a field of math that studies discrete structures. Problems like this are fair game. Oh, I think I might have screwed up. I thought I'm supposed to get a diameter here, but I don't see the diameter. This is 25 2x. Is this 3x? Shit, it's 3x. Oh, crap. I thought it was 2x. Oh, I'm in trouble. Oh, crap. Shoot. Oh, well. Yeah, I was feeling like something wasn't right. Okay, I don't know. This is 3x, so this doesn't work. This is how you know no one's checking my work anymore. That's 3x, that's not 2x. So I don't get a diameter out of this. So I cannot claim there's almost one color. Which is bad news. That's not good. So it could be a killer at this arc or in this arc. Can I push this a little bit? Because the thing I was thinking about is this is an arc of length 25, 25 minus 2x. So if x is less than 50, then segment of 2x is length somewhere. Okay, if x is less than 50, I can use 2x, and because I have this gap of length 3x, I should be okay. So this will have the number of oh shoot, then I lose that nice 100 thing I had. That's okay, we'll just roll with it. So... No I don't, I don't lose the 100 thing. We're gonna only look at the... We're going to constrain x is less than 50, and if so, then we can look at 2x. Okay, so... claim if there exists any main arc with we are done. So and the proof is that means the two attached arcs both have length 2505 2475. And that the segment of length 100 is split exactly by the so the segment of length 50 can't be killers of both. So since x is less than 50, we can consider the arc of length 2x and the let me name these points. 80 to 80 red. So 80, 100, 240, 300, 100, 240, 300. Those labels look really awkward. Let me reposition them. We'll put A like at dir 270 in southwest, and B at like dir 45. So C can just go inside. That's fine. D might be need to like 270, 232, 310-ish. So since x is 100, we can consider the arc of length 2x. Both arcs AC and BD have length 25, 25 minus 2x. So we will run in. So, yeah. If any arc of length x less than 50 is the killer of two different main arcs, the problem is solved. We are done. The arc of length 2x can't share an endpoint with both at once. Nice. Okay. Okay, so finally, note that there are at least 50 main arcs. Each cut generates one, or each choice of art generates one. And each main arc appears at most twice this way, but only 49 possible killers. So this solves the problem. Okay, does this work now? I thought we were so doomed when I was like, oh crap, I miscalculated. This is not an interval of length 3x, but it's actually okay. But you say like, okay, you find a 2x length interval. think this works, right? So this is the interval ideas that we floated. It's just like, you know, for every point you take this thing and there's like only a little bit left. So you see, you're only dead if like x just, oh freak, I mislabeled. 2.5, that's better. Does this work? I think this should work. Because this thing is like really close, right? Because when you get this, you're like, oh, well, like you're only off by a little bit. It's like you have this green thing and this tiny interval of length x, and the only way you fail is if x happens to be exactly here or here. And then you try to do a counting argument, but you run into one obstruction, which is, oh, what if it covers both? But if x is, I should write x is less than 2x less than 100 here. So if you take the shorter one, then it's always less than 100. Less than 50, and then you can use the length 2x one as well, and that will wipe this out. So by trading half the arcs for half the killers, you can also ensure every killer is used at most once. So I think this should work. I hope. I hope there's no other mistakes. Alright, good problem. Well, to be fair, I don't think there was very much additive combo. It's the things that are like, cause see, this problem, you guys know my style, right? Like, I like things that are like pretty explicit. Like, I think I do arguments that are like pretty concrete and exact. And additive combo is the stuff where you're like throwing Zemmoretti lemma everywhere and like none of your bounds are effective and everything is asymptotic, and I just like cannot do that field. I tried to take a class once in that field, and decided never again. This is also why I don't like extremal graph theory. Why is Usmo 2018 6 so hard? What is that? Oh. Ha, that one. Yeah, that problem's tough. I think part of the reason the problem is so difficult is because the thing that you naturally think should work doesn't. Everyone wants to find an involution. There isn't one. There just isn't one that we found. You get misled a little bit because it's like some of the things that seem like they... You start by noticing like, oh, you know, pair things with its inverse, and, you know, it seems like you want to keep doing the involution thing. But it doesn't work. It just does not work. No matter how hard you try. And you just need to be willing to give up on that approach. Because otherwise you're kind of just kind of dead. You just kind of die otherwise. This is... Man. Or, like, everyone is hoping that they can, like, pair up the permutations. And you can't. There are a lot of wrong pairings, in fact. Like, many people submitted incorrect claimed involutions. I'm not bother defining interval soon. All right, cool. Math hotspot, I think you're still not understanding the statement of the problem. Like, this is what it looks like with 100 replaced by 8. There's only 8 points marked. It's not like you get points every 10 degrees. You only get the given ones. Like, there's only 8 points, and there's like, you know, there isn't 6 points here. There's just a single arc of length 6. Okay. Alright, there's one more request about like a CGMO problem. Let me look at the problem before I decide whether or not I want to do it. Otherwise, I might retire early. What the heck is this? Number of segments varies from 3 to 100. 1 to... The lengths of the segments vary from 1 through 100. Well, sorry, lengths of the arcs. Yeah.